All right, guys, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we are going to start on our do now all together, and then we'll break out into groups, okay? So please open up to page 126. I'm also going to get it on the board for us. See that it is lesson 2's do now. So just give me a thumbs up when you are there. All right. Shane, page 126, sweetheart. Beautiful. Is everybody on lesson 2's do now? All right. Beautiful. I'll give Shane one more second. All right, guys, I'm going to put my timer on for 2 minutes. If you get done earlier than that, that's great. You're doing this independently. I want you to think about what you know about place value to fill in the missing numbers. I'll say that one more time. Think about what you know about place value to fill in the missing numbers. Again, this is independent. Cooper, you with me, babe? Independent, 2 minutes. If you're really stuck, don't stress. We'll talk about it when we're done. You may begin. Oh, that was really quick. Nice. Can you answer this at the bottom? How did place value help you find those missing numbers? A great job on the top. Nice, honey. Great job. Now, try your best using your words to explain how you solved those at the bottom. This is looking really great, guys. Nice. Great job, Shane. Just try your best at the bottom using words. This is amazing. Can I call on you to share that?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Great job. Have about 30 more seconds. Great job, Coop, on the top. You guys are doing amazing with this. Can I see what you wrote, Alex?
I looked at the total. So if you see right here,
Mhm.
show me it. It looks like a 93.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 times 10 equals 90 plus 3 equals 90.
Exactly. You said that perfectly. Great job. All right, guys. Can you explain to me? You don't have to write it down. Can you just explain it to me instead? What you mean by that? Because I think you're on the right track. Because you writing the number 10 tells me that you're on the right track. So the top looks great. All right, guys. You have about 8 seconds to just finish up any writing you want to do on the bottom. These look really good. We're already off to a great start. All right. Pause wherever you are. Again, our do now is just meant to be really, really quick. All right. I'm going to write our answers on the board real quick. I expect a lot of hands up because you guys, especially the top part of your do now, did awesome. So let's get those hands up. I'm just going to cold call on you. What is my first number? And then we'll talk about how you solved it. So let's get the answers up and then we'll talk about how you got them so quickly. Ariana?
3.
Show me if do we agree, disagree? Beautiful. I'm not going to write it unless I know we are all on the same page. Alex, next one.
I got 6. Wait, what you said? 6.
Beautiful. Next one. Kareem?
Got 5 and 1.
Oh, he had to fill in both. He put 5 and 1. Do we all agree?
Yes.
Beautiful. Remember, I can't write it down if we're not all on the same page. And how about our last one? Coop?
9 and 3.
Beautiful. 9 and 3. Great job. Now I'm going to pause here, and I already talked to Leslie about this. At the very bottom, I don't have it up on my board, but it says place value helped me find the missing numbers because. Leslie, we talked about your answer. Can you share it with the whole group?
I said place value helped me find the missing numbers by, because I remember anything that's times by 10.
Thank you. So you said anything that's times multiplied by 10. And tell me a little bit more. Can anybody help Leslie add on? Because you are absolutely on the right track. Alex, kind of finish her sentence for me. Anything multiplied by 10.
Gets to like, I don't know. But I looked at the total, so the 93
Mhm.
9 times 10.
Exactly.
90 plus 3 equals 90.
Right. 9 times 10 equals 90. That's our multiple of 10. We've been talking a lot about our multiples of 10, and we'll actually see a lot of multiples of 10 in our lesson today. Amazing job. All right. So Cooper and Shane, close up your books. You guys are going to head to the back on the Math180 app. I'll give you about 2 minutes. Bring your folders because you need your Math180 trackers out along with a whiteboard and marker. I'm going to close this for just 1 second while we get situated. Cooper, can you take your book and Alex's book? I'm sorry, not Alex, Shane. Your book and Shane's book. Make sure when you get settled in the back, Shane, you have your Math180 tracker out. I'll be coming back every once in a while. All right. No, you're fine. You weren't blocking it. All right, guys. Great start. Shane and Coop, about 1 minute to get logged in. Make sure those trackers are out. All right, my dears. All right. Can somebody please read our objective from the board? We are the very top one in red. What is our goal for today? What will we do by the end? Ariana, nice and loud.
We will be able to divide by taking out multiples of 10 pieces of the divisor.
Beautiful. So in your do now, just now, we saw multiples of 10, right? And we also know that it's really easy to multiply by multiples of 10. So this was what we did in our last lesson, right? We were given a problem like 75 divided by 6. And we had our partial quotients here. In our last lesson, we automatically began by just simply taking out 10. We didn't do multiples of 10, we just began with 10. Turn and talk to each other real quick. What did we do with the 10 and the 6?
Multiply them together.
What did we do? What did we do?
What you think? I think we multiply 2 because
Leslie, did we add the 6 and the 10?
multiply 2.
What did you do with the 6 and the 10? Multiply, exactly. Good mistake. All right, I'm going to pause here. I'm already hearing really good conversations, and you took it a step further already. You guys just kind of walked through the entire problem, right? So we started with just 10. We knew that 10 times 6 is 60, and we got to 15. I want to pause here, though. How did you know that we had to keep going? How come 15 just wasn't our remainder? How did we know that we had more math to do? How did we know? I see us thinking. I see Kareem, be confident. How come we just didn't get a remainder of 15? How did we know that we had to keep going? Show me if you agree or disagree with Leslie.
Because we try to get to like the closest to 15 by using 6 times 7.
Yeah, we knew 6 is smaller than 15, so we knew that we could keep going, right? So we eventually had our partial quotients of 10 and 2. And then what did we do? How do we solve it? What do we do with all of these numbers? Turn and talk to each other. How do you write your final answer?
We add the 10 and the 2 and I thought and it was
Then I did the 16 of the 10.
You subtract the base smaller than the 6, and then you have to add 10 and 2 equal to 12 and the remainder.
Great job. I love it. Pause here. Kareem, wrap it up real quick. How did we get our final answer of 12 remainder 3?
We add 10 and 2 equal to 12, and then we got remainder, so 12 remainder of 3.
Beautiful. Do we all agree with him? Remember, show me that. Exactly. You add your partial quotients, and then you have your remainder. So we had 12 remainder 3. We're going to continue to do that today, but instead of just automatically starting with the number 10, we are going to use our multiples of 10. All right, so you'll see in your folders, before we watch the video, I know that we all know our multiples of 10, but in case when the time comes, if you're working with your partner or if you're working independently and you're like, my brain is stuck, I don't know my multiples of 10, you have that resource in your folder. Okay, so we'll take that out in a minute. So before we work on a problem together, we're gonna watch a quick video, all right? So eyes up front, make sure you're paying close attention. Again, if we watch the video and you're like, Miss Barasha, this still feels a little confusing, don't worry, we're going to do another problem together after. All right. I'm gonna start this.
Divide by taking out multiples of 10.
All right. Group and chain. We need our
Jen's
trackers
cooking
out.
47
I need your math
veggie burgers on
tracker.
2 grills. She wants the 47 burgers to be shared evenly between the 2 grills. How many veggie burgers should Jen cook on each grill? To solve this problem, you need to find the number of veggie burgers divided by the number of grills, or 47 divided by 2. But we'll write the problem and record our thinking this way. Think back to other division problems we solved. We know that we can take out at least 10 groups of 2, which is 20, from 47. But for the large dividend on 47, we can take out 10 groups of 2 more than plus. By taking out multiples of 10 groups of 2, you can solve division problems with larger dividends like 47 in fewer steps. So, first we'll try taking out a multiple of
I'm gonna pause there real quick. I heard something really important that he said. He said we're gonna solve it in fewer steps, meaning we're gonna be able to solve our division problems today more efficiently and quicker than we did in the previous lesson. Okay, so just keep that in your head.
and groups. 20 groups of 2 are equal to 40. We know this because 20 times 2 is equal to 40. When we take out 40 from 47, there is 7 left over. Next, we can take out 3 groups of 2, or 6. We know this because 3 times 2 is equal to 6. After taking out 6, there is 1 left over. You can't take out another group of 2 from the 1 that's left over. To find the quotient, let's look back at our work and count the number of groups of 2 that we've taken out. The number of groups is 20 plus 3, so the quotient is 23. There is 1 left over. That means the remainder is 1. Last, we write the division equation. 47 divided by 2 is 23, remainder 1. So Jen will cook 23 veggie burgers on one grill and add the remaining veggie burger to the other grill. So the other grill will have 24 veggie burgers. Taking out multiples of 10 to divide helps us easily solve division problems that have large dividends and helps Jen cook food on the grill.
All right. Not right now, Les. We're gonna do a problem. What I need you to do is turn to page 130. So again, even after watching that video, I know a lot of the steps are the same. Page 130, sweetheart. But we're gonna work through the first problem together. So even if you're like, Miss Barasha, this feels so awesome and easy, please do not go ahead of me, okay? All right, guys. I would actually like to walk through the one that's already done for us. So can everybody please look at the one that's shaded in blue? I do want to walk through this one together. All right. So in our previous lesson, we would take out we started by taking out 10. Okay? So again, this one's already done for us, so I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker. Okay? So we started out by taking a group of 10. While that works, and that's a way that we can solve the division problem, it can also be very, very slow when we start working with bigger numbers like 78. Or today we're also going to see 3-digit dividends. So we could always start with 10, but it's going to be very slow, okay? So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but this is what we would have done if we were given this problem last week, okay? Now, I'm gonna leave this up on the board. I want you, with the person next to you, look at how they solved it in their book. Which way, the way that's in your book or the way that we solved it last week, which way is quicker and more efficient? Turn and talk, go.
I think this
And then explain why. Leslie, are you okay with the light? Okay. I'm doing okay. Good job, guys.
No.
Which way do you think is quicker and easier? Why? Do you know why they took out 20 instead of 10?
So you won't have to do a lot more than, because you just take out a bigger number than 10.
You're on the right track, yeah? All right.
I said step 2 because I did more than the other ones.
All right. I heard some really great conversation. So feel confident. Which way is more efficient and quicker? I think we can all agree. Which way? Alex?
This one.
The one that's in your book, exactly. So I'm going to put that one on the board now. You guys have that in your book. Why is that way more efficient? You guys all agreed, right, that this way is going to be quicker and we'll be able to solve the problem quicker. Why? Why is this way more efficient? Think about our objective if you're feeling a little stuck. Alex?
What was the answer again?
What was the question? Why is this way quicker and easier? Think about the objective if you're feeling a little bit stuck. Why is that way quicker, Alex?
It's because if you see right here, they're using a 20 in here. In the other one, they're using like 10.
Right.
That's like not quicker than this one.
Exactly. This way is quicker, right? And so remember, again, we're also going to do number 1 together. If you get confused by the double digits, you can always cover it up, right? I know that 3 times 2 is 6. So I know that 3 times 2 is 60. You add that 0 back, okay? All right. Even if you're like, whoa, this feels super easy, please do not go ahead of me. Let's look at number 1 together. I want to make sure that we all feel good before we go into partner work. All right, can somebody read this division problem for me? Go ahead, Ariana. How do I read that division problem?
157 divided by 3.
Beautiful. 157 divided by 3. Now, we know I could just start automatically by putting 10 up here, but that would take us a really, really long time. That would only give me 30, and 30 is a lot less than 157. So I know I can get closer. Turn and talk with your partner. I also have in your folders, even though I know we know our multiples of 10, you have this just in case you're feeling a little stuck. What should I multiply my 3 by to get as close to 157 as possible? Turn and talk with the person next to you to make sure you guys agree and explain why to your partner.
Because if you do 3 times 50 equals 150. It doesn't land on our total perfectly, but it's like closer than that. It's like close to our total.
That's amazing. I might have you repeat that.
50 because it's closer.
Leslie's getting there too.
It's 50 times 3 is 150 is close to the total.
All right, let's pause here, guys. I heard some really great answers. Alex, I'm going to ask you to tell us loud and proud how you just explained it to Kareem. I'm going to put it up here on the board as you go. I do want to see those agree or disagree signs, especially if you have a question, like why did he choose that? Go ahead, Alex.
I think 50 because it doesn't like land on the total, but it's get close to the total.
Do we agree? Do we disagree? Beautiful. So he chose 50. Another way you can think about it, right? If these larger dividends still feel overwhelming, remember my trick that I like to do. I like to cover it up. Can 3 fit into 1? Can 3 fit into 1? No. Can 3 fit into 15?
Yes.
Absolutely. I know that 3 times 5 is 15. So I know the multiple of 10 that I'll use will be 50. Great job. What's 50 times 3, everybody? Hands flat. Hands flat. Hands flat. Hands up. Alex, you're killing it. 150. He beat you guys. We got to pick up our speed here. Pause there. Make sure your book matches mine. What is 157 minus 150? I should see all of our hands for this one.
What'd you say?
What is 157 minus 150? I should see all of our hands for this one. Leslie, you have it in your book. Kareem? Beautiful. Now, if you're solving a problem by yourself, or even if you're working with your partner, now I need to think, is 3 able to fit into 7, or is 7 my remainder? Am I done? Kareem, tell me what you're thinking.
I think 3 times 7 because 3 times 2 equals 6 and it's closer to 7.
I love those agree signs. How come he said 3 times 2, so I'm going to put that as an option over here, 3 times 2. How come I couldn't do like 3 times 3? Why wouldn't 3 times 3 work? Leslie?
That would be 9.
It would be 9, and why doesn't that work? Alex?
Because it's bigger than our hill.
Exactly, it's bigger than the number we have. We can never go over, so just keep that in mind. So Kareem, right? You were said it. 3 times 2 is going to get me as close as possible. So what is 3 times 2, everybody? 6. What's my next step? What do I do with that 6? What do I do with that 6? Leslie? Subtract it. And what are we left with, everybody? What's 7 minus 6? 1. Beautiful. Thank you. All right, beautiful. Now, who can tell me, using our math vocabulary, before you are released into partner work, how do I get my final answer of 157 divided by 3? Use that math vocabulary. Let's see what Leslie has to say.
52 remainder 1.
She said 52 remainder 1. She's right. She's absolutely correct. Let's make sure we have that in our books. This is just another strategy we can use to help us solve our division problems. I want you to now work with your partner. You are going to work with your partner on 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I'll be coming around. I'm going to close the projector just so it's not shining in our faces. Can you wait until we're done, Les? That'd be super helpful. Thank you. All right. Talk with your partner. I really, really want to hear you explaining why you're choosing the multiples of 10 that you're choosing, okay? So remember, pause real quick, Alex. If you need your multiples of 10, I know we know them, but if you feel a little stuck, and also if you're having, just ask, don't be afraid to ask your partner questions like, well, why are you choosing this multiple of 10? Or why can't we choose this one instead, okay? I will really want to hear us working together on 2, 3, and 4. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be coming around. I'm going to check on Shane and Coop real quick. How we doing, guys? Coop, do you have your tracker? All right, beautiful. Let's just make sure we're on the right lesson. Block 2, topic 2, lesson 2. Okay, perfect. You're doing great. Keep going. Shane, you good? We're on block 2, topic 3, lesson 1. Okay, you can always find it up there. Block 2, topic 3, lesson 1. See, you had it started already. You're good. Good job, guys. All right, I like what I'm hearing so far. Good partner work. We are all earning a dojo point.
Equals 0. It's already
Yeah.
41.
Yeah.
So if do the same thing, do we just go for more or?
Don't get tricked. Does 4 times anything get me close to 4 or help me even?
2. No.
What's 4 times 2?
4 times
14 30.
Why 4 times 1?
Because that's F4.
That's 4, exactly. Why wouldn't 4 times 2 work?
Because
It's bigger than
Exactly. That's an excellent mistake, though. Good job. Good teamwork, girls. All right, we are doing good on time. I'm loving the partner work that we're hearing.
8 minus 8 equals 0. So our thing is going to be 32 because we have no more remainder.
Do not go further than number 4. Just keep working together until you are done with number 4.
0. Not 1.
Can I see real quick, sweetheart?
Just mess me.
What's that?
I saw. We got.
Excuse me, sweetheart. Great job. Great job. All right, try number 4. You are doing amazing. Great job, girls. Go ahead, move on to number 3.
I think it's 50. Why do you think 50?
Because 7 times 5
Good question, Alex.
is 35, and if it closest to 30.
I'm gonna pause real quick. I just want to give a real quick shout out to Alex. Him and Kareem were deciding which multiple of 10 to use, and Alex simply just said, why do you think we need to use the number 50? Such a simple question, but a really great math question. Good job. You guys are doing great.
I said 30 because
About 2 more minutes before we pause.
it's 12.
Good. Okay, so then after,
Nice.
what do we do? 7 times
Wait.
what?
Let me see.
After 7
And remember, Ariana, if you get confused, If that larger dividend feels too overwhelming, you could always cover it up and then add the 0 back, right? We know that 4 times 3 is 12. So I know that 4 times 30, I just need to add that 0. It would be 120. Okay? Great job. Oh, you could think about what you were thinking in the last problem to help you with that. You guys are doing great. Nice. Beautiful. Okay, and what you guys have done awesome. Because we're doing so good on time, I want you to do 5 and 6 independently. Try them on your own without that partner support, okay? Do not go to your exit ticket. You guys are doing absolutely amazing. Coop and Shane, thanks for being so focused and on task. How we doing, girls? Perfect. All right. So a good strategy for this one. 362, I agree, feels like a very overwhelming number to work with, right? So I'm going to start by covering them up. Can I multiply 7 by anything that gets me to 3? No. Can I multiply 7 by anything that will get me either to 36 or really close to 36? All right, don't be afraid to use your multiplication chart. 7 times what will get me as close to 36 as possible? Great question. How you doing, sweetie? Good job. Really loving our partner work today. Amazing. Beautiful. Pause here. Beautiful. All right, Ariana, just finish that problem. We're going to stop here in a second. All right, wherever you are, you can pause. Wherever you are, you can pause. I'm going to erase this. I have quite a few shout outs that I can give, and I could put 1 million on our board right now. You guys won, had amazing partner conversations, and I didn't hear anybody just saying like, oh, we need to use this multiple of 10. You had really good conversations. Even the, Alex just saying, why are we using the 50, right? So amazing job, and I hope you feel really, really proud of yourself. I'm gonna put it on the board. I want everybody to look at number 4. Everybody look at number 4. This is where when I was walking around, this is where just like a couple of more of the questions came up. Can somebody read that problem for me? Because they don't give it to me on my screen. Go ahead, Alex.
362 divided by 7.
Divided by 7. Beautiful. I know that when I look at this dividend, I'm like, whoa, that's a really large dividend. And I can't think off the top of my head how many times 7 can fit into it. How did you and your partner eventually work through this challenging problem? I'm gonna call on Leslie especially, because special shout out to Leslie. She was really, really stuck, right? And that's not a dig at you. This is really amazing that you felt really stuck. And then I saw once you and Ariana started talking about it, you were like, oh, I know how I can easily get there. Tell the group, and I want to see those agree and disagree signs.
So I remember I can multiply by 5, so I did 7 times 5, and that got me 35, and I just added a 0 at the end.
Exactly. I know that 7 times 5 gets me to 35, right? That'll get me as close to 36 as possible. And because we're working with multiples of 10, I know I'm not just going to leave 5 up there. I'm going to use my 50. Amazing job. Amazing job. For the sake of time, we're going to pause here before we do our exit ticket. Can anybody share a way that their partner really helped them today? Because you guys did like exceptionally great partner work today. Can anybody share maybe how their partner really helped them solve a problem instead of just giving them the answer? Alex, let's start with you, sweetheart.
So I was able to believe by not saying, like, because when he said 50, he explained how he got the answer.
And Leslie had helped me
Find it.
How did she help? Did she help you by like breaking it into a smaller number?
Yeah.
Amazing. You guys did absolutely phenomenal today. We're at 10:23. We did making some really good time. Leslie, can you do me a favor, sweetheart? Erase what I have on the board. I want everybody to look at your exit ticket because I want to do one more thing after our exit ticket. So our exit ticket is, I don't want to say simple because in case it feels a little challenging to you, but there's nothing extra about today's exit ticket. I know that sometimes they say like find the error. There is no error for you to find. You just simply have to solve it doing exactly what you did today, okay? I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 minutes for that. Use your resources. Coop and Shane, great job staying super focused. You'll also be earning some dojo points. Amazing. Kareem, I could already see you have it. Beautiful. No, that's a good question. That is just kind of like the book helping you think a little bit. You got it. You're on the right track, girl. I'm just gonna close this so it's not shining in our faces.
Because I couldn't get, because if I did
Just
3 times.
You are super close. Double check your partial quotients. Alex, let her try and solve this one on her own. I appreciate the teamwork though, buddy. Absolutely amazing. Got about 2 more minutes. Good. You're on the right track, sweetheart.
Oh, damn it.
Just remember what you were doing with these numbers. What did you do with those 2 numbers?
I added them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. I did.
Oh, maybe I read it wrong then, sweetheart. You had it. I'm sorry about that. You had it.
Could I use it off now?
You may go. Thank you for waiting. How did you get 3 times 3?
3 times 1.
Mm-hmm. So where do you have to put that 1? There you go. But that's going, now look at your partial quotients. That might change your answer a little bit. Head up. You guys did amazing. Does anybody, you don't have to, does anybody want to come up and solve it because this was a little bit of a quicker problem? Does anybody want to model it on the board? Ariana? All right, come on up, girl. You guys did amazing. Feel confident. Show me if you are agreeing and disagreeing with Ariana as she solved it. So we had 94 divided by 3. So try and tell us as much as you're thinking that helped you solve this, sweetheart. You did great.
So first I put 90 here because, wait.
Mm-hmm.
No, I put 50 up here.
Double check.
Right?
I don't think you put 50 up there, sweetheart. I think you're looking at a
Oh,
different problem.
there you
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I put 30 up here.
Why did she put 30 up there? Love those quick hands. Kareem, why did she choose 30 as her multiple of 10?
Because 3 times 30 is 80. No, it's 90. That's the closest to the denominator.
Exactly. I love how you said that at the end. That's the closest we can get to 90 as possible. Keep going, sweetheart.
And then I put 90 down here
Mhm.
because 3 times 3 is 9
Mm-hmm.
and 0 times 4 is 0.
I'm just going to pause there. You said the first part absolutely correct. 3 times 3 is 9, right? So if you're just looking at 1 digit, and then we just add our 0 back.
Oh
Yeah, it doesn't have to do with the 4 yet.
And then
I
You
took,
got it. You're doing great, babe.
and then
Thanks for giving her some shine.
I put the 4 down
Mhm.
here, and this is 0.
Yep.
And then I broke. No, I did 3 times 3, and that's 1. I put this right here, and then
You mean 3 times 1 is 3?
I said, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then
Why did she put 1 at the top as her other partial quotient? Why did she choose 1, Alex?
That's the closest you can get to 4.
It's the closest we can get to 4. Even if I tried 3 times 2, I would be too high. Great job, girl. Close us out.
and then 3 under here.
Great job. So how did you put your final quotient together, your final answer?
Wait, say that again.
How did you get your final answer? What do you do with these partial quotients here?
Oh, I put
You have it, girl. Be confident. Anybody want to help her out? Because you have it. Maybe you're just getting a little confused on the language. Alex?
I think she's supposed to add 31.
Yep.
That is
We-
31. And then you add the remainder at the end as a 1.
Exactly. We add our partial quotients, and then we're left with our remainder. So what's our final answer, Ariana?
31 remainder.
31, remainder 1. You guys all did amazing, not only on your exit ticket, but on this lesson. So put your books in your folder. If you had any resource out, put it back in. And then we have time. Does anybody have a shout out that they would like to add to our board? I can think of a lot because I heard some really amazing partner conversations. Does anybody have a shout out for anybody in this room that we can add to the board? Alex?
I want to give a shout out to Ariana for trying her best on the board.
Yeah, she did. She tried her absolute best showing off her exit ticket work, right? That takes a lot of bravery. You can go grab a card, honey, and write it down. Kareem, did I see your hand?
I would give a shout out to Leslie because she was confident raising her hand.
Absolutely. I love it. Can you grab one for Kareem as well while you're over there? All right. For the sake of time, we're going to pause there. All right. Coop and Shane, amazing jobs. Please start shutting your computers down. Put your trackers inside your folder. I'm going to put this resource back in your folder. And I hope you guys feel really, really proud of yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Great job, guys. You did amazing.